Let's bring in Adam Hancock, who joins us now live from Sydney. Adam, we're hearing from broadcast networks there in Australia that early vote counts show Prime Minister Scott Morrison's Conservative coalition and the Labor opposition losing ground to smaller parties and climate-focused independents. What is the possibility of there being a hung parliament?
Well, it seems like there could be quite a strong possibility of it at the moment. It's still fairly early to make any major predictions. Only around 30% of the votes have been counted so far. But what we are seeing is, as was just being discussed there, a move away from the two main parties going towards these independent candidates. Some of the minority parties, the Green Party in particular, seem to have done well already. A couple of the major television networks here, they are now predicting and quite confidently predicting that Scott Morrison and his coalition will not be able to form a majority government. So they are saying they won't be able to get to the required 76 seats that they need, and therefore they're writing them off as getting to that majority government. So that would be obviously a terrible result for Scott Morrison. The analysts at the moment, they are looking at the numbers that are coming out, starting to look like Anthony Albanese's Labour Party are going to get enough seats, the most seats. But the question is, can they get enough seats? Could they get to 76 and form a majority themselves? Because if not, we're looking at the prospect of a minority government and a hung parliament. So it's very difficult. Nobody is making any bold predictions at the moment, but we're definitely, or most likely, not going to see victory for the coalition. And therefore, we're looking now at what Labour can do or a hung parliament.
Right, and a lot of the people I've spoken to there in Australia have said that this round of elections have been quite bland and they haven't been happy with the pledges that the candidates have made so far during the campaign. Is that being felt across Australia?
Absolutely, absolutely. Until a few weeks ago, it really didn't feel like there was an election here. People weren't really talking about it. People didn't feel very inspired by the choices on offer. A lot of people have said to me that they think the two major parties are just too close in their ideologies. They're not offering much of a difference. And also, they're not offering that many policies themselves either. There was a lot of criticism that a lot of the Liberal campaign, which is Scott Morrison's campaign, was focusing on his previous performance, on how he's done handling the economy, even how he's done throughout the pandemic, but not really offering anything new. We saw a couple of policies from Labour on childcare, on the economy, and how they've tried to keep wages up. But the real theme, and I was stood outside a polling station all day today here in North Sydney, the real theme from voters is that they want something a bit different. They want to be offered more choices, particularly when it comes to climate change. I can't stress enough how many people said to me today that climate change was the key issue for them at this election. And considering that the majority of these independent candidates, they've campaigned on the basis of climate change, they've made a big deal out of it, there's no surprise that they seem to be doing well so far. But there certainly is a mood that people haven't been fully engaged in this. Whether or not it's the leaders, whether or not it's the policies, it's difficult to say. But there hasn't really been too much excitement, obviously, in the last few days when everything has ramped up. Interest has really peaked. But it does seem looking away from those major parties at the moment.
All right, Adam Hancock for us there live in Sydney. Adam, thank you so much for bringing us up to date on that.
Thanks.